What's up guys? So today's video is going to be a little bit different. Usually we just do Yone content, but for this video I want to make a video about how to get to Challenger the easiest. So a lot of people know me as just like a Yone Yasuo one trick or two trick, but I've actually been playing this game since season 1, and I've gotten to like top 10, rank 4, rank 2, peak in season 7 without even playing Yasuo. So I just wanted to explain and make a little tier list about what is the easiest way for mid lane to get a challenger. Obviously some champions are way easier to climb with and some other champions are way harder. So let's start with Ahri. I'm not going to start with Aatrox because people don't really play that champion too much. The mid lane is more of a top laner, so we're just going to start with Ahri. And right off the bat, S tier for sure. This champion, very strong in this current patch. I think it's just very easy too. Not the hardest champion. She has like a 53% win rate at the moment, even in Challenger. Every elo, her win rate is just 51%, 52%, 53%. So yeah, this champion is just insane. She just has so much pick potential. Very easy to pick up in my opinion. Obviously there's a difference between like legit career on Ahri and like a first time Ahri, but she's very forgiving because her ulti, you miss position, you just ult away. Ever since they buffed her, gave the resets, jumps crazy. Next up we have Akali. I don't think she's really the best right now. She's definitely not terrible. She's definitely not S. I would say she's A. She's another champion where like if you miss position, it's very easy to get out of fights, get out of ganks. So champions that reward you, or not reward you, but don't punish you for mispositioning, definitely gonna be high up on the list for sure. And she's kind of like fake mechanical in my opinion, which a lot of challenger players will agree with, that she's really not as hard as people think she is. Obviously she's like not as easy as like Galio, but you know, she's definitely not the hardest champion in the game, so definitely give her an A. Akshan, he kind of fell out of meta a little bit. I don't see him as much, but I still think he probably A tier in the meta. I mean, he's just kind of like a better Lucian mid right now, even though they just buffed Lucian mid. Yeah, I mean the champion just gets prio in like every lane. Has really good roaming, which is very OP in solo queue, especially mid lane. So yeah, I definitely put him as A tier, 100%. Anivia, I give her B because her win rate is pretty high, but I think this champion's actually a lot harder than people make it out to be. People think, oh, Anivia just presses R on the wave, brain dead easy. Really not that easy at all, especially like managing her mana. So this champ, I give it a B. It's pretty average, but if you're really good at it, you're gonna climb with. But as I said, this is basically a list of like how to get the challenger the easiest, and Anivia definitely not the easiest because only one tricks play this champ for a reason. Next we have Annie. Gonna have to put her S tier. Again, this list does not mean that Annie is like an S tier mid laner. It just means champion very basic. And let's look at Tyler 1. Tyler 1's mid lane account, he played almost only Annie. Majority of only Annie. So that should be telling that this champion, very easy to get challenger with. Very OP in solo queue. I wouldn't say it's OP, but it's just very OP for like how easy it is, you know? So definitely S tier on that one. Aurelion Sol, I mean, just for the fact that literally no one plays. I play this game like 6 hours a day minimum, and I have not seen this champion one time in the past like year, if not more. So I think that's just an automatic D tier because nobody plays this character. Definitely not ideal for sure. Azir, gonna have to give it D too. I think this champion is insanely hard, and he's like insanely hard, and then he's not even that good. It's like, why would you play this champion? Fine. Obviously, if you enjoy him, then play him, because play what you enjoy. But you have to give him D tier. There's actually a list that was saying he's actually good top. I think he's a better top laner than a mid laner. But yeah, just way too hard to pilot and just does not have the best carry potential unless you're literally a god at him. Brand, gonna have to put him. Like, he's really easy to play. Honestly, I have to put him A tier. I think he's a very basic champion, and I've actually been playing him mid a decent amount too. So, and I've been having success on him. He's very simple. Obviously, he's not the best mid laner, but I think if you're just trying to get the challenger and try and learn the basics of the game, this is the first champion I ever played and got to Challenger with. So, just saying. The first ever champ I played remained in this game was Brand. So, just that alone puts him as A. Not as S because he's not super strong, but yeah, definitely a good spot for him. Cassiopeia, I'm gonna put her C. She's very hard, just like these champions right here, and she just has so many bad matchups, and her roaming potential's just bad. Like, this champ's just not good, man. Not a good champion at all. It's good if you're really good at her, but again, like, you have to put a lot of time into her, and just not as rewarding as like these champions, which are just so much easier to pick up. You don't have to like play perfectly. So definitely put her C, which is sad because she used to be one of my favorite champions too. Very fun champion, but just not worth picking up. Cho'Gath mid. There's actually a Cho'Gath one trick who's like challenger. I think it's actually a really good pick. I'm gonna have to put a B though, because not enough people play it, and I actually don't think it's that easy. You just miss all your Qs, you're useless. So you have to put a B with Anivia. I think it's strong and it's not that hard, but to play it perfectly, play it effectively, definitely not like at the top. Sure. Corki, I'm gonna have to put as. I feel like this champion is not good in solo queue, man. Because roaming potential is like good after he gets packaged, but he just got nerfed. He's really simple to play though, so I'm gonna have to put him B. Just because these champions are just way harder than him. And like honestly, Corki's just better than Cassio. And way easier, so it has to be higher than Cassio. So I put her B. Diana, I'm actually gonna put A. Which sounds really weird because oh, like, she's a jungler, we don't see her mid lane. But there's actually like quite a few people who play her mid lane, especially in Challenger. Like Quantum's one of them. Quantum's the big one. And I like never see him lose. The champ's very easy. Only reason you don't see her mid more is because she's just broken in the jungle. But she's still like a very simple champion. Very good to climb with, in my opinion. Very good. Echo, it's like I want to put him S, but I feel like a lot of people would disagree, and I may be a little biased in this champ, but every single time I see the champion picked, it's just a win. So I'll put it A, the high end of A, but I think it could be S. But he's definitely way better in the jungle, like Diana. But yeah, these two champions are just really good. Their kits, they're fairly simple, so I'm gonna put him A for sure. We have next Ezreal mid. I'm not gonna put that. His win rate's actually really high right now. I don't see him too much though. I'm gonna put him at the end of A. I don't think he's as good as these other champions. Also, Brand should be like the bottom of A too. But I think he's really strong if you're good at him. He's not too hard. He's all like point and click besides ult. So I think he's a really underrated pick right now, and definitely very good to climb with, for sure. There's a Fizz one trick in NA who is 1200 LP, like top 30 I think. So obviously if you get really good at the champion, but one trick can get that high, probably pretty freaking good to climb with, you know. Galio, I'm gonna put D. I don't think this champ's bad at all, but this champion will not like carry you to like challenger, because like it is only good if your team is good, especially in lower elos. Like, you don't want to play champions like this. Like, if you're a duo with like a jungle main, then that's the time to pick Galio. But if you're solo queue, like, don't play Galio. It's not the play. Definitely not the play. I'm gonna have to put this S tier just because this champion is literally the easiest champ in the game for how like strong he is. Like, the amount of challenger players who pick this as their pocket pick. Dave Mon plays this. Guy named like Sunlight. Name Bappy. Timo one chick who's 1000 LP right now. He just plays Garen as a secondary champ. Like, there's so many people who just like play Garen at 1000 LP, and all they do is like go D shield second wind, and they just farm it out. That's really easy. So yeah, I mean, this champion is just, for how brain dead easy it is. I think Annie and Garen are the two best champions to get to challenger with, for like how little effort you have to. That makes sense. But yeah, definitely. I know it's a mid lane tier list, but they play a mid quite a bit actually. So yeah. Heimer, gonna put D. I mean, no one plays Heimer. Champ's kind of not very good. At least mid lane. He's better top, better bot lane. Irelia, if you're really good at her, yes, but kinda hard. Definitely higher than. I want to give it A though, because she's definitely like really strong if you're really good at her. And I don't think she's that hard. Like obviously she's like a mechanical champ, but she's not like, I don't know, like Akali, Irelia are just like two champions that are just always good to climb with. Like very good one-trickable champs, very strong in like every meta. So I'll leave them there. Jace, put D. He's just too hard to play. And like mid Jace is just not good. Top lane, he would be like A, because he's just a lot better top. But mid lane, he's like, I don't really like him. Would not put time into him. I think it's kind of a waste. Kai'Sa been. I don't have enough data on Kai'Sa, so I'm not gonna put her. But I know like Baker's been playing it, just popping off, but it's probably gonna get nerfed soon. Karma, it's kind of like Galio, but she definitely has more carry potential than Galio, so I put it like C. Fairly easy, but I mean, she's just a support champ. You don't really want to play support champs mid if you're gonna climb to Challenger, so put her C tier with Cassio. Kassadin, I think, not really the best blind pickable champ, but I see this champ do well like in most games, so I have to put it B. I think he just has a lot of carry potential after like 16 or like even like 11, even level 11. So I think he's pretty underrated, and I see him carry a lot of games. Very high carry potential champion. He's kind of like Yone, like AP Yone in a way. So I'll put it B for sure. Karthus, don't really see it mid. Katarina, I'm not gonna put it S. I'm gonna put it A. This champion is just like made for solo queue, you know. But she's not at the top of S because I don't think she's that easy. And especially in this current meta, I don't think she's like. There's so many losing matchups, but I mean, that's how the champ always works. Kind of like Pike mid, but yeah, I don't think it's quite S because these champions are just a lot easier. Kennen mid's not really the strongest, so I'll just put it B because it has like good roams and shit, but has way too many losing lanes and kind of just like reliant on ult, so I'm gonna put it B. LeBlanc, she's strong, but like in solo queue, she cannot solo carry games. I gotta put her like C tier, honestly, and she's really hard to play. So I gotta put her C. I wouldn't recommend picking up the champ at all. Just not worth your time. Lissandra, it's pretty much the same thing as Galio, just a little bit more carry potential. So I'll move to a C. Kind of like Karma, more of a support mid laner, not really a carry, but she's fairly easy to play. Lucian, I don't really see Lucian mid enough to put on the list. Lulu, same thing as Karma. I'll agree on that. Malzahar, I'm gonna put A, which sounds weird because I just put Lissandra like C, but Malzahar just like, I'll put him at the bottom of A. This champion is just so much more simple than Lissandra, and it's just like, I don't know, even when people called this champion bad, there was like someone in EU who was rank 1 playing it. So just from that alone, I think this champion is just always sleeper. Just no one plays him because he is so bored. But it's just a champion that like you can't really mess up, and it's kind of just like a free pass. Like you're just gonna win, like go even in most lanes in level 6. If the enemy mid laner doesn't do enough, you kind of just do more than them after like 2 items, and he's very easy, so you can't really mess him up. I'll put him A. It's kind of like Annie. Lux, I think, is really strong actually for climbing. I think this champion is very forgiving. Kind of like you just miss your skill shots, you just walk away because you just throw them from like 10 yards away. So I think she's like pretty high up there, honestly. And there's like 2 Lux mains, Yozu and Cupid, who are like high challenger playing this champion, even mid lane. So I think she's very strong for like how easy she is to pilot. And that's how basically we're doing this list again. Mordekaiser we're not putting. Morgana, nah. Nasus, nah. Nico, I put her C. I don't think she's really strong. She's like a good counter pick. If he's versing like a melee lane, like she would shit all over Yone. Do well into like Zed, but yeah, it's just like this champ's not really the best carry champ in the game, so leave her at C for sure. Orianna, I'm gonna put C. This champion just not good right now. Every time I see Orianna, like back in the day, in most seasons, it's like, oh shit, Orianna, that's a really good like just blind pick, right? But now every single time I see Orianna on the enemy team, or my team, I'm just like, oh my god, this champ does nothing. This champ just doesn't do anything and gets outscaled by like everything, man. It's just, it's not worth playing this character. Please do not put time into her because she's actually like not easy either. So she's just not easy to play. She takes so long to scale, and she's just not even that good. So definitely avoid. Avoid. Not a good champ to play. Gonna put Ornn. Not gonna put. Nah, nobody plays Panther. Whoever top laner, I think. I don't even see him there either. Pyke mid. It's like I want to put him S because I hate this champion so much. I'm gonna put him A. He's next to Katarina. Obviously Davemon. But we gotta give it to Davemon. He's the best Pyke, like probably in the world. Maybe. Well, there's like always someone in Korea that's better. Usually. But he's definitely up there. And he was rank 1 in North America playing Pyke mid. So obviously this champion, if you get good at Pyke, very, very OP for solo queue. So just keep that in mind, that this champion, always very, very strong and good roaming, all that. Kiana, that's an S. Like, I think Kiana's probably just like better Pyke. As like, or better Katarina, it's better to say. Just actually can win lane and just has the same roaming potential. Like Kiana is just one of the biggest kings of solo queue mid lane. And she's really not that hard to play either. Really like overrated on how hard she is, so yeah, definitely insane champ. Not gonna put top laner. Rumble, another S tier. This champion has, I'm pretty sure he has the highest win rate mid lane, at least in Challenger. This champion is made for mid lane solo queue too. So it's just like, but he's like a little bit harder than the rest of these in my opinion, so. But he just has the highest win rate for a reason. He just can always like roam, has really good team fighting, really good lane phase. Only thing that's bad about him is he's really prone to ganks, so you need to watch out for that. But if you get good at this champion, a very insane pick in solo queue. Mid lane, very insane. Rise, I'm gonna have to put D tier or C tier. He's like at the. It's just because he's hard. But if you're good at him, I'll put him B. Because if you're good at this champion, you're gonna climb. Like he has very good 1v9 potential. There's a reason he just got nerfed, or he's going to get nerfed. I forget which one. But he goes to this like tank build, so tanky, does so much damage, so much CC. He's just hard because like you need to know how to use his ulti and just like know how to like have good macro. So I'm not gonna put him AS because he has a lot of scaling too. But I think the champ's really strong. Definitely a solid B tier pick. Definitely not on this tier. I was gonna put him C, but I was like, no, there's no way he's on the tier of Orianna. Like, champ is garbage. Seraphine, this champ literally just gets carried. I don't think you can like solo carry a game as mid Seraphine at all, like ever. So I'm just gonna put a D. It's not worth picking. I don't know. There's just so many better picks, man. Maybe it's the end of C because it's still better than Orianna. Because once it scales, it's really annoying, but this doesn't have the carry potential. It's like, if you're a duo with someone and you're good at playing safe, then yeah, you could play it, but other than that, not very good to pick. Set mid, no one really plays it. Chico. Soko from Arcane Boggers. Apparently Singe mid is like really OP. I don't know, someone was talking about that on Twitter. I don't see it like ever, so I'm not gonna put it. I'm only gonna put things I actually like have knowledge about. Don't see Saya mid, don't see Soraka mid. Swain mid, I would say it's pretty D tier. Champ kind of just sucks. Just gets countered by literally everything in the game. Takes so long to scale. Bot lane, he would be like S tier. Or like the upper A tier. Because bot lane, he is insane. But yeah. We're not playing bot lane, we're playing mid lane, so I have to put him D tier. It's really not that good. Kind of gets outscaled by literally everything. I'll put him above Heimer. Above Heimer, okay? I don't know if that's an accomplishment, but yeah. Silas, ooh. It's like I want to put him S tier. Dude, these three champions, Akali, Irelia, Silas, just permanently A tier or high A / low S. They just have so much carry potential. They're assassins. They have good like laning phases. There's so much carry potential. He has a really high win rate right now, and there was like someone who was like top 10 that was like only playing Silas. So very good. If you get good at this champ, very good AP champion. Fine within solo queues. Definitely keep that one in mind to pick up as your AP champs. I think Ahri's still definitely better, but Silas definitely up there. Syndra, there's some guy who like probably the best Syndra on the server who is rank, I think he's almost top 10, and he like only plays Syndra, so I think she's the best mage in the game. If you don't count Ahri as a mage, but she's kind of like a mage, but she's more of an assassin. So as mages go, gonna have to put Syndra as A tier. Champ's just really strong, and she's kind of difficult though, so keep that in mind. Pretty hard to play, to master at least, but if you do, probably the best mage with like good early game, just scales throughout the whole game. Very good. Also, I'm gonna put Brand actually. I'm gonna put him B. He's not. After looking at the A tier list that I'm making, like he's not. Like yeah, he's easy, but like he's still not like good enough to like be on this tier, you know. I'll put him B. Play a solid pick some games, but play a mid. Don't want to put Talon. Definitely a step below Kiana. I just don't think this champ's good mid. He's way better jungle. But he still has like the advantage just roaming everywhere, so I'm gonna have to put it B. But yeah, there's just like Katarina and Kiana just like better, which is why you don't really see him mid lane. He's more of a jungle now. But yeah. Tristana, very underrated mid lane actually. I think she definitely is in the A tier. She just has prior in like almost every lane. The only bad thing about her is that she gets countered by quite a bit of lanes. Like you don't really want to verse a Rumble as Tristana, I feel. You don't really want to verse a Kiana or an Ahri. And he shouldn't be like that. But yeah, she doesn't have the best. She has like pretty good lanes that she can go even with, but she has a lot of like lanes. Like Syndra would kind of shit on her. Anything that like she can't just jump in or she gets CC'd and died. So, but she just gets perma prio and getting perma priority. Being an 80 carry, getting like 3 items, 1v9. Definitely high up on the list. But definitely put her A tier. Trundle, no. Tryndamere, S tier. Brain dead champion. Finally getting nerfed, so he may not be S tier after next patch, which is like 3 days. But for now, still have to put him S tier. This champ is not fair. Finally getting nerfed. Thank God. Brain dead. What's the Faye? I'll put him like the bottom of A tier, because he's still really good in solo queue because they got rid of TP, so he's the only one who truly has a teleport in his kit. But and like Gallia, but Gallia's like kind of like situational. But he doesn't have the best carry potential, so he's definitely not S, definitely not high A, but can definitely win you games. Definitely can win games, but he's way better if you're duo. Way better if you're duo. But Varus. Veigar. Is he S? I want to say he's S, just because he's really noob friendly, and this champion's just really strong. Like maybe this won't get you to like top 10 if you're like only blind picking Veigar, but it's gonna get you to. It's a very easy way to get challenger in my opinion. Like he's very basic, and it's literally just like AFK farming, and then once you get like 3 items, you can just 1v9 the whole game. Very hyper scaling, very basic champ. Definitely put him S tier. Vel'Koz on the other hand, pretty dog shit. I would have to put him D tier. He's so hard to play. Yeah, he's just like so hard to play for like how little he does. Kind of like Azir, but like he's even worse than Azir. So, pretty dog shit champion. They need to like rework him or buff him, or do something to him. He is just forever pretty shitty, fortunately. Love that champ too. Vex, Is it S tier? I would say she's S. I think this champ's just too strong. Just the ult potential, the good laning phase, pretty hard to not die. It's basically like upgraded Annie. She's a little bit harder than Annie, but she's basically just like the same things as Annie. Like S11 or S12 whenever she came out, Annie. Yeah, definitely S tier. Simple champ, very easy to climb with. Yeah, just does a lot of carry potential. Viego mid, no one plays anymore. It's not worth talking about. Victor, definitely a tier above Orianna, but I don't think this champ's too good. Just takes way too long to scale. Yeah, just a solid B tier. Good for scaling, but there's just better picks. Vladimir, I would say he's B tier. I don't think he's like good in lane, but if he gets like out of lane phase, gets 2 items, he kind of just 1v9. But his lane phase is just so poor. But yeah, I would just definitely put him on the high side of it. If you're good at him and you're better than your opponent, so you get a free laning phase, especially in low elo, very good to climb with. But definitely falls off the higher you go. Kong, no. Zareth, it's definitely better than Vel'Koz. Still a pretty shitty champ though. I put him like high C. I put him high C. He's just not very. Artillery Mage is just not that good in mid lane. Even like Ziggs, which I'll get to him, is probably the best out of all of them, but he's still like not gonna be like too high. He's way better at bot lane. And Zareth, if you're gonna play him, probably play him support. He's pretty good support, but that's about it. Almost done. I want to save Yasuo and Yone for last, honestly, because they may be biased about those. Zed, I don't think he's too strong anymore. I'll still put him at like the bottom of A, but he's gotten a lot of nerfs. I don't think he's as strong as he used to be. Still pretty solid if you're good at him, but at bottom of A for sure, he's not as strong as he used to be. Ziggs, I want to put him A. No, he's definitely not A. I would say he's high B. I put the champ high B. Kind of like the 3 artillery mage. Yeah, that's 4. Kind of cool how we put one in each category. So there's Vel'Koz is the worst, then Zareth, Ziggs, and then Lux is probably the best. Just because like she's the simplest and she has utility and it's pretty safe overall. So yeah, makes sense. Like Ziggs is good if you can get like a good matchup, get the tower, but way better bot lane. Bot lane he's probably S tier for high A. Mid lane he's maybe. I do not see selling mid ever. Probably D. Good for getting carried, that's about it. Zoe, oof, the champ is broken. S tier for sure. Only thing is she's hard. She's hard, but if you one-trick this champ, get really good at her, there are so many Zoe one-tricks, especially in Korea, that are challenger. Champ, if you're good at, disgusting, insane champion. One of the best AP champs in the game. Zyra mid, no one plays it. Now that just leaves Yasuo and Yone. Yasuo, I don't think he's S. I want to put him like the same tier as Aurelia. I think he's A tier for sure. He's really strong mid lane with lethal tempo. You go Ignite, you go Zeal early, Berserkers. After you get all that, like you just are dominating everything in mid lane. Only bad thing is he has some counters like Renekton. Not the most blindable champ like Renekton, Vex, Annie. You don't really want to be versing those champs as Yasuo, but yeah, very strong. He's the strongest he's been in a while, in my opinion. Just his early game is disgusting, so I'm gonna put him there. And lastly, but not least, we have Yone. It's like I feel like a lot of people would be like, hey, he's S tier, because a lot of people hate Yone, but in mid lane, he has one of the lowest win rates in the game for a reason. Like, I'm gonna have to put him B tier. Like he's like another Kassadin. If you get a good lane, you will 1v9. He's disgusting. If you get a bad lane, like let's look. What if you play Yone against Vex? Can't play the game. Rumble, terrible. Ahri, really bad. Garen can't do anything. Kiana, pretty bad. Annie can't do much. Syndra, I rarely like. You know, it's so many champions just completely and utterly shit on him in lane. It's like if you blind pick this champ mid, there's a reason I haven't been playing him very much. He's definitely not bad. If you get a good matchup, he is literally one of the most 1v9 champs in the game. But still, it's like, you know, sorry if you guys like think he's the best champ in the game. I hear that a lot, but in reality, he is not challenger, and he's not brain dead as people say he is either. I know I'm gonna sound biased because I like mean him, but I haven't even been playing him for a reason. I love playing him. So yeah. But yeah, that's gonna conclude the list. Tell me if you guys have any feedback about it, disagree, agree on anything, and yeah, let me know if you want me to do any other lists like this. But yeah, these are the champions, the easiest to get challenger on.